Hey everybody, it's Dr. Greg Barnes from Maximize Living in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm going to give you a quick primer on thyroid function today. One of the big things with the thyroid gland is that it is very difficult for modern medicine to treat other than just putting somebody on a thyroid medication for the rest of their lives. And part of that is that the thyroid gland is not just an isolated gland hanging out on an island all by itself, but it's a very, very, very important part of an entire symphony of which is your endocrine and your hormone system. So when we're looking at the thyroid gland, we have to understand that it's the most heavily blood supplied organ of your endocrine system, so it's obviously very important. However, it does not operate on its own. In fact, when we're looking and talking about the thyroid gland, we really need to talk about the hypothalamic pituitary thyroid axis. I had to make sure I was saying that right because that's a mouthful, or the HPT axis. And what that means is that the hypothalamus is sort of the main starter, and it's also the entire control tower for pretty much every single hormone inside of your body. That's up in your brain, part of your central nervous system. So to kick things off, the hypothalamus will secrete TRH, or thyroid releasing hormone, which goes into your pituitary gland. The pituitary gland then creates TSH, which goes to your thyroid and tells your thyroid to make T4, and the T4 gets converted into T3 in your liver to be able to be used and become bioavailable for your tissues. So that's a very simple version of that. There's actually a lot more intermediary steps that happen, but you get the idea. There's a lot going on with that. And so there's three things that we look at when it comes to as far as conditions for thyroid problems. Number one is hyperthyroidism. That means that the thyroid gland is overproducing the thyroid hormones. Now, clinically, I don't see that very often in my practice. It is, as far as the literature goes, a more rare condition. It leads to lots of issues. It can also have an autoimmune connection as well. The main ones, though, that we see are more on the hypothyroidism range, which means the thyroid is underproducing, which leads to metabolism issues, slow metabolism, low energy, brittle hair, brittle nails, skin issues, digestive motility issues. It can even lead to blood pressure issues as well. Now, aside from that too, and this is where it gets more tricky, is that I would say that pretty much every single woman that I've ever met over the age of 40 has something called subclinical hypothyroidism, also known as euthyroidism. And what that means is that you're showing all or the majority or at least a variation of all the symptoms of hypothyroidism. However, it's not being detected by your doctors, your normal blood work that you get run. So first and foremost, let me just say that you can't test a proper thyroid by just looking at 3 or 4 different parts of the thyroid system. It's way more complex than that. When we look at testing the thyroid gland, we also need to look at not just the TSH, but also T4, T3, free T3 and T4. We're going to also look at resin T3 uptake, TBG, or thyroid binding globulin, ATA, which is also antithyroid antibodies, which that's going to be checking to see if you have a condition called Hashimoto's, which is the autoimmune version of hypothyroidism, which actually makes up 60% of the thyroid cases. That's a big deal, because Synthroid is very, 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 and also levothyroxine, which is the generic form, is very ineffective if the person has Hashimoto's disease. So, meaning if you have hypothyroidism and you haven't definitively been tested to see if you have Hashimoto's or not, that's a big deal. Okay, so get that done. See, test your TBG and your antithyroid antibodies to make sure that you don't have the Hashimoto's disease. Along with that, we're going to look at thyroid peroxidase antibodies, or TPA, and then the last one is reverse T3. So you can see that there's really about 10 different factors in order to properly test your thyroid. We're going to talk about that more in my upcoming seminar, but you got to know that that's just more simple than just looking at what you probably have had done at your medical doctor's office. If you have trouble getting that done through your medical doctor, contact our office. We can help you with that and help you get that run through our labs that do a very, very good job of doing that. Now, when it comes to helping support the thyroid, there's a couple minerals and trace elements that we're looking to do. The main one, number one, is iodine. Iodine is the dominant mineral for the thyroid. It's actually required by your thyroid to make all the hormones. And then we're also going to look at magnesium and selenium then as cofactors and co-minerals required to make sure that iodine is properly absorbed. So that's one thing that, and a lot of people are taking iodine for their thyroid. It's got to have either selenium or magnesium in it in order to make sure that it's even going to be properly absorbed and be made bioavailable to your organs. The other ones that we're going to look at would be vitamin C, which is great for many things, but vitamin C is also required for proper thyroid function. Vitamin B12, because that's needed to help convert T4 into T3, and which is the active form. Another thing to look at is that a protein deficiency, so not getting enough protein, will lead to low levels of selenium and also low levels of zinc. Zinc is another mineral and a trace mineral that's going to be required to help your thyroid convert thyroid hormones into the proper bioavailable usage of your body. So again, quick refresher: iodine, selenium, magnesium, vitamin C, B12, and zinc. Those are all things that really should be supplemented, in my opinion, on a regular basis to make sure that you have enough in your body. The fact is that most people that are watching this are probably health conscious and have probably been eating healthy, maybe even eating organic or natural foods for many years now. But I would challenge you, because think about how many years you did not eat healthy food. How many years did you have McDonald's on a regular basis or other fast food? And so the fact, and you really would be kind of naive to think that you have the proper levels of all the trace vitamins and minerals in your body just because you've been eating healthy food for the last couple of years. Remember, therapeutic dosing helps your body get up to the proper levels, okay? So that's kind of it. Again, I know it's a very quick primer on the thyroid gland. It'll give you some things to chew on, some things to digest, some things to process. We're here for, if you have questions, you can email me at info@drgregbarnes.com, or you can call our office at 919-790-8054 to get further help and help us help you with that. Hope you all have a great day, and talk to you later. Well, hey everybody, it's Dr. Barnes. I hope you're all getting excited for an upcoming week. I know we are. We have lots of things happening at Greenway Chiropractic, especially if you're a patient, over the next couple of weeks. This week on Wednesday, we are doing our Friends and Family Day, and I want to let you know that we are doing very well getting prepared for our food drive. We've already have lots of donations coming in. Just a reminder, we're looking for canned goods, boxed goods, things that you definitely want to clean out your pantry that you shouldn't be eating. We will take it. But if you want to go out and buy something, 5 canned goods goes a long way, especially to a family in need. We're going to be supporting the Salvation Army here in Raleigh on Capitol Boulevard. I got a report from a patient that they're pretty much bone dry on food right now. So, they do very well during the fall, the winter time, but the summertime is actually very rough for them. So we're going to rally together as a tribe. Remember, drop off 5, 10, 15 goods. It won't cost you very much to get those things. And also, really, too, that'll go towards a raffle ticket for you for the upcoming and fun prize that we have. So remember, on Wednesday, the 17th, is going to be our Friends and Family Day. We're going to have food, lots of fun, trivia, chances to win prizes, and we still have 5 spots available for your friends or your family members to get checked, get their nervous system tested and evaluated for just $60. And again, we are going to be donating that to the Salvation Army as well. So let's save some lives together. Let's help this community out and really band together as a tribe of patients for that. Also, another exciting news is that our hormone talk, which is going to be next Thursday night, we've actually oversold it. We have over 80 people that have already registered. I had no idea there'd be this many people that'd be interested in hormones or have that many hormone issues or whatever. We'll take it as you guys are excited about the talk. So we are going to be moving the venue to another location. We'll be working on finalizing that week. So I'm going to be able to open up lots more spots. In fact, I've opened up 20 more spots now. So that means that if you are not registered yet, you can get registered either in the office or on the Eventbrite link. Or if you have friends that have hormone issues, you can also invite them as well. So remember, I'm going to be talking about the proper way to test if you have a hormone dysfunction. Some of these tests can be run by your medical doctor, especially with your thyroid. So I'm going to teach you the proper ways to test your thyroid. Hint, it's not just by looking at your TSH, your T3 and your T4 levels, all right, or even your TRH. So we're going to give you the complete breakdown of how to test your thyroid. Also, the difference between free and protein-bound estrogen and testosterone, and how to know the difference between the two so you can know what your levels are. And more importantly, if you suspect or know that your hormones are out of balance, we're going to go over functional and non-medical ways to bring them back into balance or to help your hormone levels get healed. So look forward to seeing you guys all this week. Lots of stuff happening. Get registered for the talk. Sign up your friends for Friends and Family Day, and donate your food and your canned goods, your boxed goods, so we can save lives in the community. Peace out, everybody.